Well, hello there. My name is Mark Myers, and I love helping trainers, presenters, workshop facilitators really take their results to the next level. I also love helping entrepreneurs that really want to get their message out there and be heard in the marketplace, really want to leave a footprint and really also increase their sales if they want to do that. But ultimately, sales come through connection. And when you connect with your audience, they're going to know you, they're going to feel you, and they're potentially going to know they're going to want to know more from you, so to speak. So, social media is an amazing way to get your message out there and be known in the industry that you work in, whatever industry that may be. Now, there's a lot of reasons why people may hesitate to get into social media and actually get their message out there. And people are often very comfortable to post stuff on Twitter, post stuff on Facebook, and post stuff. But when it comes to actually doing video, they really hesitate for a number of different reasons. They don't have the equipment. Maybe they think they need particular equipment. B, maybe they think that it's going to be really hard. Maybe they're really embarrassed by themselves being on video. Maybe they don't have the right content. They don't know where to get content. Maybe they're not consistent. And there's so many different things that come up in the mental space in our minds that really block us from actually taking action and getting ourselves out there. Whether you are in affiliate marketing, network marketing, whether you are an investor, whether you are anything at all, these days you have to realize that you can't run away from doing video anymore. Whether you're a regular person that's just got a regular job, but also is someone that needs to create future business opportunities for yourself or future career opportunities. There's so many different reasons why we need to put ourselves out there, so to speak. And guaranteed, if you're going for a job, yes, your resume is important, but if you're already out there, so to speak, in the marketplace, people have heard of you, well, that's going to be even more powerful. And the notoriety that you get from sharing your message is so powerful. So, in today's video, I want to go through 7 simple things that you can really adopt and think about in order to really accelerate the probability that you're going to push that upload button, that you're actually going to get yourself out there. So, let's go into the 7 tips, the 7 simple ways to get yourself on YouTube and get yourself a message out there to your marketplace. All right. So grab a pen, get ready to write. So the first one, point zero, is decide what kind of video recording system that you're going to use. Now, I'm going to give away a bit of a trade secret here. I actually use Zoom. Yes, I know. I'm very aware that the lighting isn't fantastic. I'm very aware that the camera isn't amazing. I'm very aware of these things. However, at this point in my time, in my social media journey, it's fine. It works. It gets the message out there. And that really drives to the point of imperfection is okay. And this is something a lot of the people that are out there talk about, that it's better to have something out there than not at all. And if you're worrying about getting it perfect, it'll never get out there, right? So yes, you can certainly go for the perfect lighting, the perfect background, the perfect everything. But in the meantime, you're going to have nothing out there. So my point zero is go to Zoom, create a free account, and push the record button, and you're good to go. Then what you can really then do basically is keep the recording and then upload it to YouTube. And guess what? You're done. You don't need to worry about a silly tripod. You don't need to worry about having a perfect camera or anything like that. You're good to go, right? So point zero, use Zoom or use any other software that's got a camera that can record you quite easily. Now, let's get into the nitty gritty of what we say, how we say it, and all of that piece, right? So number one, we want to define our audience. Define our audience. So who do you want to speak to? Do you want to speak to entrepreneurs? Do you want to speak to other people in your industry that do the same thing as you? I don't know. Write that down and get very conscious of that. Be very conscious of who are you talking to? Because the clearer you are about who you're talking to, the easier it is to go, all right, cool. I'm about to do a video and I'm speaking to this people. And you don't need to worry about talking to anyone else because the people that resonate with your message will be the people that resonate with your message. You don't need to be everything to everyone. Just speak to the people that you want to speak to, right? And those people will be searching for you. Those people will be putting in the keyword terms that'll be resonating or connecting with your video topics, right? Number one is define who you're talking to. Number two, if we're actually looking to create our message, we need to think, okay, what's their pain? What are they struggling with? What are they frustrated about? And write it down, folks. Write it down. Because guaranteed, when you actually tap into their pain and their struggles and what they're thinking about, you'll easily be able to come up with content. Now, the other thing is that the simple hack for this, if you're worried about coming up with content, and we'll address that later in a couple more points, but if you really want to come up with content really easily, I'd encourage you. Imagine that you're talking to yourself when you first started in the industry. Imagine that you, say you've been in the industry for 10 years, imagine you're talking to someone that's just starting out. Maybe they're 5 years into doing the thing, or maybe they're 2 years into doing the thing, whatever the thing is. But just imagine you're speaking to a younger you, and guess what? You're going to come up with some great ideas really, really, really easily. And guarantee you're going to have a lot of passion about it as well. So, point zero, get into Zoom or get into another simple application that can record you. Number one, define your market and who you're talking to. Next, in order to come up with your content, speak to a younger you. Now, number three, power of three. Power of three. What I encourage you to do is to think in chunks of three. So if you're going to make a video, think of 3 ideas, or think of one problem and then 3 ways to solve that problem, or think of 3 ideas or 3 solutions or 3 anything. And when you actually package your video in concepts of 3, it's going to be a lot more digestible. It's going to be a lot easier to think about and receive from your audience, and they can walk away thinking about it quite easily, right? So whatever you share, if you can do it in blocks of 3, you're going to have a good, simple way to actually build your ideas, right? So you may have a solution for X, or so you may have a thought of my market has a problem with X. Then you come up with 3 simple ways to resolve that. Or you may even take it up to 7 points, but that's okay. You can go from 3 to 7, but you never want to have too much information in your videos, right? And the power of 3, really, really simple way to approach it. All right, we got a problem, 3 simple ways to solve it. Bam, here's your video, right? And it's bite-sized chunks, and as many of the gurus would say, it's snackable content. Snackable, which means that people can easily digest it, go away and think about it. And if you have watched any other videos out there on YouTube, there's a lot of people that will teach in chunks of 3, and they'll just say you 3 tips or 3 ideas or 3 whatever it may be. All right. Next, point number 4 is one shot, one take, one shot. As the great Eminem would say, if you've got one shot to make a difference, do it in one shot, right? Now, what I mean by this is, again, the biggest enemy to progress, the biggest enemy to you uploading something is your commitment or your compulsion for perfection. And the greatest enemy to progress is perfection. So my biggest tip is, when you are filming your videos, one shot is all you will allow yourself to have. And over my time of uploading videos, I have only ever allowed myself to do one take. And no matter how the take turns out, I upload it, okay? And that's a rule that I operate by. And yes, in the beginning, it can be a little bit daunting, but the more you do it, the more you are comfortable with making mistakes on your video and go, laughing it off and having a good time. And it really takes away the pressure that's on your shoulders, and you just go, oh, let's see what happens, but I'm uploading it no matter what. All right. The more further you get down in your game, and the further you get in your career of social media marketing and all that, brand building, so to speak, then you may add on extra layers like headlines, taglines, and subtitles, and all that fun stuff. But when you're first starting out, highly recommend one shot, one take, upload. There you go. All right. It's the raw you that people really connect with. All right. And also, it allows you to stop your compulsion to edit, the compulsion to get it just right before you edit, before you upload it. And that really stems from the fact that when I first started out, the very first video I uploaded to YouTube was a very interesting experience. You know, I was trying to find just the right location. I was trying to find just the right words. And in the end, I'm like, screw it. I couldn't handle it anymore. So just uploaded it. And the first comment I got, someone said, wow, that was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. I got so much out of that video. And I'm like, oh, I went to all that trouble and I was trying to get it just right. And the first comment I got was, that was amazing. So, you know, from that point onwards, I'm just like, nah, at the end of the day, yes, we want it to look good, sound good, but you shouldn't let that be a barrier to you actually uploading something that's going to get your message out there to your marketplace. All right, so let's recap so far. We got use Zoom or use something simple to record yourself. Next, define your market. Who are you talking to? Next, what's your key message? And what's their pain point? What's their struggles? And imagine you're talking to a younger you. Next, the power of three. Whatever you're teaching or training or sharing, ideally, if you can do it in chunks of three, fantastic. But if you go up to 7 points, that's okay. Next, one shot, one take. All right. Next, make a commitment. Make a commitment. Now, this was a big thing that really transformed my thinking because I'm not sure about you, but procrastination is something that humans do very easily. And I just made a commitment. And my commitment was to myself, I was going to do a video every day for 30 days. And I did that on Facebook. And I did a number of Facebook challenges. And that really got me into the place of no matter what, I was going to honor my word. And I think it was mid of last year, actually another commitment to myself. I was going to do a video every Monday, no matter what. I was going to get a video out there to my marketplace and really share my message. I got excited about that, but it was my commitment to the commitment that made all the difference, right? So if you're first starting out, commit to a video once a week or a video once a month, and you do the video no matter what, all right? No matter what. Nothing gets in the way of you doing the video, okay? Next, be prepared for a period of zero. Be prepared for a period of zero. And what I mean by zero is zero views, zero likes, zero attention. Okay. And in the beginning, for the first week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I don't know how long it's going to be for you, but there will be a period of zero. No one's watching it, no one's looking, no one's saying anything. But one day, then you have the magic one. And what I mean by the magic one is one person will discover you and go, wow, your content is unique. Wow, your content is different. Wow, you were speaking to just me. And I needed to hear your content. Your content made such a difference to me. And I've had this happen a number of times where I've had a period of zero on a video, then someone's watching, what? So allow the time of zero, just be comfortable with that and know that once you're putting your message out there, it does take a little time for the seeds in the marketplace to germinate. But once they're found by the one, then they're found by the many. All right. And you're not going to be a Gary Vee overnight, but when you're planting the seeds, eventually they germinate. Okay. And as part of that, you may want to sort of, share it on multiple platforms as well. But at the end of the day, you will be found and people will appreciate your message. Now, next one, how do we actually create content or how do we come up with ideas? It's a great question. And it's not as hard as you actually think. All right. So here's the ways that I actually find content. Number one, frequently asked questions. So if I'm asked by an audience member a question continually, I'm going to definitely write that down because obviously that's something that other people are thinking about. If I am around people and I hear a conversation topic, I'm going to write that down because that's something that's going to be a pain point or something that people are struggling with. If I notice other people doing something consistently, which is a mistake or an error, in how they're doing something. And maybe you're a sales trainer, and maybe you listen to other people and how they're doing sales. And you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they did that. And you make a video on how to not do that, right? What else have we got? Maybe you go onto forums and you see people posting about different things, and that becomes the topic. Maybe you are talking to your friends, and maybe the friends, you listen to their conversations, right? At the end of the day, the mindset is there is content everywhere around you. Okay. And very early on in my career, when I started making videos, I thought, I'm going to run out of content. There's always going to be a limit to what I can say. But strangely enough, when I made the shift to constantly be looking for content, I find it everywhere. It is so easy to find content. You can even find content in the newspaper, right? And you can even talk about a latest event or something that's going on. And anything can be something content worthy, all right? But it's the mindset shift that makes all the difference, right? You've got to be willing to actually look for it out there, okay? So let's recap. What have we got? Point zero, use Zoom or some other simple way to record yourself. Next, number one, define your audience. Define who they are and speak to those people only. Next, what's your key message? What are their pain points? What are their frustrations? Speak to the younger you. Next, the power of three or the power of up to seven. Next, one shot, one take. One shot, one take, one take, one shot, and straight upload. Next, make a commitment, and no matter what, hold the commitment. Get the videos out there. And that could be a video a day or a video every 2 days, every week, whatever it is, whatever is reasonable for you. And next, be prepared for the period of zero. It will happen. Be okay with it. All right. And if you can, if you want to, post on multiple platforms and also encourage other people to post your stuff as well, if they're okay with that. But part of that is liking and commenting their posts so they'll be willing to do it for you as well. All right. Next, always be looking for content and be proactive in your mindset around that. So, folks, there's 7 simple tips on how to really make the steps to get yourself out there as a person with a message to your marketplace and get yourself known for what you do, how you do it, and potentially end up in the minds of your audience. When they have a problem, they immediately think of you as the solution to their problem. All right. And being out there on social media is a really, really, really powerful way to do that. On that note, thanks for watching the video. I hope you got some value. As always, like, comment, and share. Let's get this out there. Really appreciate all the people following on this video and this channel. And thank you so much for your continual support. Really, really appreciate it. And thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.